Welcome back guys, this is Shrikant. Today I'm going to create a video which is basically request from one of my subscriber. Okay, I'm going to tell you story behind. So one of my subscriber commented over the comment section and he asked a question. Basically it was a very interesting question and it will be very useful for everyone. So I'm going to create a video on that. So what's the topic actually? He asked me. He asked a question like can we create output like a pivot one. So basically he's trying to say, is there any alternative way without using pivot? Can we write a query or can we create a data in a such way to look like a pivot one? So whatever will be the output of pivot, and that output should be given by that query. So is there any way, or is there any trick, or is there any shortcut? That was basically his question, right? You got my question. So question is very simple. Like we do have pivot. In pivot we can convert rows into column. Obviously you guys know about it, and if you guys are having any trouble, you can go to my last video and you can get all the detail. So his question actually, can we create a data without using pivot and it should look like a pivot data, right? So yeah, I said yes, we can do it, right? So but that's basically a very simple thing, and people normally use pivot rather than using this one. Yeah. Okay, let's jump into the demo directly. Let's create a table. So I'm going to create a table from scratch. So this is a table, demo 3, and I'm going to add column name. Its data type is var char of 10. Then I can say it's a year, which is int, and I'm going to say it's a marks, which is an int again. Great. This is a table. Then we need to insert some data into this table. Let's add it. Select. So there is a person whose name is A. He got 20 mark in 2020. So in 2020 he got 20 mark. Then add few rows for A. In 2021 he got 30 mark. And okay, so in 2022 he got 50 mark. This is a data set for the first person, right? Okay, I'm going to add data set for another person. Let's do a union, and instead of A just replace to B. Fine. So let's create a table. Okay, table created. Awesome. Let's run the query and do some insert into the table. Awesome. We do have a table. Its name is demo 3 and it has a 6 row. Let's see and let's run the query. Select star from demo 3 and let's see data. I am going to have this query and I can see there are 6 record and 3 are belongs to a person A, 3 are belongs to person B. In last video we used pivot and we converted data into basically columns, like so how the data was looking like. The data was looking like in the row we was having only single row for the A, and the year was pivoted. Actually year was in the column like 2021, 2022, 2022, and all the marks was inside all the years. Like for the B we were having a 3 year, 2022, 2020, 2021, and all the respective value was there actually. Yeah, perfect. So our requirement is now, without using pivot, can we write a query which will give us an output like what? Like we get in a pivot one. So we need to do what? we need to come here, we need to write like this. So we basically need the name in the row, so we'll do that. What will we do? We can do group by here, by name. Okay, fine. And what's a table name for me? It's a demo 3. Perfect. I'm going to take this table. Now the actual challenging part here. So here I need to write case statement, case when. So when year is equal to 2020, then what? Then take mark, right? Else 0. Perfect. And make it in, and name this column as 2020. Perfect. Next, same thing we'll do for other columns. We'll come in and we'll replace 2020 to 2021, and same thing. Okay, let's add a third column. This is 2022, 2022. Fine. Okay, so basically this is my first column. I can make it more small. I will tell into next query. This is my first column, this is my second column, and this is my third column. Okay, now let's try to understand. So I create a table, name is demo3. I can see a data like this in the table. So let's come back here and just do select start from demo3 and run it. Moment I run the query, I can see data like this. But I don't want to see data like this. I want to see data in such a way that this year should be pivoted on, or this year should be the part of the column. So after name, my first column should be 2020, then say third column should be 2021, and the next column should be 2022, and all the respective marks should be located inside that. Great, I want that output. So by looking this query, I can see there are errors, but I don't want to fix that error now. I want to run this query first and then I want to fix it. So let's run the query. So just try to understand the error. Intentionally I haven't fixed these errors. So what it is telling us? It's basically telling us the demo3.year is invalid in the select list because it is not contained in either an aggregate function or in a group by. So basically what it's trying to say, it's trying to say us that the column which we are going to use in a select clause which is not basically part of group by. So if you want to use year in the select clause for this query, you need to add year in a group by, right? Or we can do another way. We can simply say I want to sum, basically, right? Technically I want to sum all the marks. Now I only have one single value for a single year, but sometimes we need to go for a query that we have multiple rows and want to sum it up, or wants to max, to find a max or mean, right? So we can go for any aggregate. Now let's run this thing and let's see what happened. Oh, this query ran, right? So this is what I expected actually, right? What my intention was. Okay, let's run both the query parallelly. Select start from. Okay, let's run both the query and see the output. I can see the first query is giving me 6 rows and second query is giving me 2 rows. Okay, so what's the difference actually? I can see the value which are present in here column are pivoted. In second query, those values are the part of column rather than row, and these marks which I am seeing in the rows are the part of respective year. So basically got my idea. This is an explanation, or this is an answer for my subscriber, that can we have alternate way to create the pivot data? Yeah, obviously we do. We have another way, so we can go for the case statement. Another technique I'm going to tell you with the if or if clause. So I'm going to convert this logic into if one. So how do I do that? Just simply, okay, I'm rewriting the code once again, so it will be easy for you guys. If I want to go make it more simple, rather than using a case statement, I can go for the if. So how would I write query there? I would simply say year is equal to 2020, then just take a marks as 0, right? And going to say the name for the column is 2020. Then I'm going to say if year is 2021, then text mark as 0 and renaming the column name from 2020 to 2021. Again, I'm going to create one column for the value which is equal to 2022. So just replace 2022 here and just replace here. Okay, awesome. The code is perfect. Again, we are going to do one thing here. We are going to summing it up, because if we won't add it here sum, we will again see that error. The error was what? Error was you can't use year in aggregate because it is not the part of aggregate clause. Simply say like this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to run this 3 query and going to see the output. Just run it. If you got any error, don't be panicked. As a developer, we always should get an error. Perfect. So by looking at this two output, the query output 2 and the query output 3, I can see that I am getting the data which I am exactly expecting. So I got the expected data. Okay. So which technique I would prefer actually? Will I go for the 2 or will I go for the 3? So will I go for the case statement or will I go for if query, right? So it's depend on you actually. There is no impact. So if you'll see the code, the case statement is generating the big code, big query looks like a big query, and if you are going with the if function, you can see the code looks very simple, and it's very simple actually, right? So it's your choice whether you want to go for the if function or whether you want to go for the case clause. Okay, so you got an answer, and thanks for asking such interesting question. I'm overwhelmed and expecting to get lot of such question in future. Hope this video help you guys and it will help for the people who are not watching it. And please don't forget to share and subscribe our channel. So sharing the channel with your community, it will reach to lot of people and they'll get lot of idea from this video, right? And thanks for watching. Have a great day.